Hello everyone! Welcome back to another video by EonTalk. Previously, I made a video on my favorite Korean thrillers, and a lot of you have enjoyed that video and have requested to make a similar video on Korean comedies. So today, I have prepared just that. My favorite list of top Korean comedies. As with the best Korean thrillers video, I've compiled a list of my favorite 10 Korean comedies that I believe are definitely worth checking out. I'll be explaining some basic background info regarding the films, giving a short synopsis of the movies, but won't be giving any in-depth reviews. This list consists of not only my favorite comedies, but also ones that I thought were deserving of more recognition. Before going into the video, please remember that these are composed of my personal favorites. They are subjective to my biased opinions and are based on my personal taste. Just a little note, I tend to enjoy comedies with a mixture of other genres, such as action comedy, rom-com, etc., as opposed to full-out comedies. If you have differing views and opinions, please respectfully leave them in the comments, and if you join the EonTalk Telegram group, you can further discuss Korean movie-related topics with a lot of K-film enthusiasts. At the moment, we have over 500 members in the group, so come and join us. Now then, let's get into today's video. Coming in at my number 10 favorite Korean comedy is the 2015 film 20, starring Kim Woo-bin, Juno from 2PM, Kang Han-eul, Jung So-min, Lee Yoo-bi, Min Hyo-rin, and Jung Ju-yeon. 20 is a movie with lots of sexual comments, so if you do not like the more mature type of comedy, this may not be for you. However, I thoroughly did enjoy the movie and found it to be humorous. The movie was directed by Lee Byung-hun, who also directed Extreme Job and What a Man Wants. The synopsis of the film is as follows. The popular guy, Chio, the man of vitality, Dong-woo, and the smart guy, Kyung-jae. This trio just turned the prime age of 20, the age of consent in South Korea. At an age where you feel invincible, where all seems possible, yet so young, a new world of opportunities opens. Next, the number 9 spot goes to a movie with a very different tone, Miracle in Cell Number 7. Miracle in Cell Number 7 is not only a great comedy, but is an extremely emotional movie. Some say the film tries too hard to force the tears out of its audience, which I do agree with to a certain extent, but there's no denying that the movie is a great work. Miracle in Cell Number 7 was released in 2013 and stars Yoo Sung-young, Park Shin-hye, Kal So-won, Oh Dal-soo, Park Won-sang, Kim Jung-tae, Jung Man-sik, and Kim Gi-chun. The movie was directed by Lee Hwang-kyung, who also directed Champ. The synopsis of the movie is as follows. In the prison cell full of merciless criminals, an odd fellow joins the chamber. This newbie is a mentally challenged man named Yong-gu, who was wrongfully indicted, but with no power and no one to help him, he is sent to prison. Yong-gu has a lovely 6-year-old daughter, and the men of cell number 7 are faced with the mission of sneaking in Yong-gu's daughter into the prison cell walls. Through the father and daughter, the once heartless criminals learns the meaning of love and life. Coming in at the number 8 spot is the 2016 film A Violent Prosecutor. A Violent Prosecutor is a crime comedy, and it may actually lean closer to the crime genre, but I still found the movie to be very funny. Kang Dong-won's comedic acting was executed very well, and the scene of him dancing to the song Bombastic even made the song go viral in Korea. The film stars the likes of Hwang Jung-min, Kang Dong-won, Lee Sung-min, Park Sung-hoon, Kim Eun-soo, Shin So-yul, Park Jong-hwan, Ju Jin-mo, and Kim Byung-ok, and was directed by Lee Il-hyung. The synopsis is as follows. The ruthless prosecutor, Hyun Jae-wook, is charged with murder when the suspect he was investigating dies during the investigation. With no way of getting out of the framed case, Jae-wook receives a 15-year sentence. In prison, he meets a pretty boy conman, Chi-won, who has knowledge of Jae-wook's framed case. Using his past skills and knowledge as a prosecutor, Jae-wook somehow proves Chi-won to be innocent, freeing him into society, and utilizes him to prove his innocence and get out. The number 7 best comedy of Korean movies was directed by Kim Joo-hwan, who also directed The Divine Fury. Midnight Runners is the number 7 best Korean comedy of my list. Starring Park Seo-joon, Kang Han-eul, Sung Dong-il, Park Ha-sun, Go Jun, and Lee Ho-jung. Midnight Runners is an action comedy that I still watch for a good laugh on Netflix to this day. I feel like both Park Seo-joon and Kang Han-eul really showcased their comedic sides with this movie, and it's their performances that really made the movie a funny one. The synopsis of Midnight Runners is as follows. The student police, full of motivation, Kijun, and his best friend, Hyar, witness a kidnapping case while on their leave. They are the only two witnesses to the case, and as they learn from the police academy, they report the incident to the authorities. However, the strenuous reporting process and lack of evidence leads the case to no progression, and with the time winding down by the second, the duo decides to take it upon themselves to solve the case. The number 6 best Korean comedy goes to the 2016 film Lucky. Starring Yoo Hae-jin, Lee Jun, Jo Yoon-hee, Im Ji-yeon, and Cho Won-chul, amongst others. The film had a very odd premise, as you'll be able to see in just a moment with the synopsis. I personally think Yoo Hae-jin is an amazing actor, as he is able to execute any role he's given, whether it be drama, action, or historical work. However, I think he just shines when it comes to comedy. I feel like he's made for comedic films, and he proves why with Lucky. Directed by Lee Kye-byuk, who also directed Cheer Up Mr. Lee, Lucky is a comedy that's definitely worth checking out. The movie synopsis is as follows. The relentless assassin, Hyung-wook, visits a bathhouse after finishing a hit. There, he slips on a bar of soap and falls on his head, losing his memory. Chae-sung, who was living a lowly life and was on the verge of committing suicide, decides to have one last bath before ending his life. When he visits the same bathhouse that Hyung-wook had the accident, he switches his locker key with that of Hyung-wook's and takes all of Hyung-wook's luxurious belongings and money. With no memories prior to the bathhouse, Hyung-wook lives his life as a poor Chae-sung, and Chae-sung lives the rich life of Hyung-wook. Now that we're halfway through the list, I'll give some honorable mentions. Some of you may be expecting the number 2 highest box office movie of South Korean cinema, Extreme Job, to be revealed soon. However, if you've seen my previous videos, you know that I didn't really like that film, as it didn't really fit my comedic taste. I have a full written review of it on the EonTalk website, so you can check that out for further details. Nonetheless, I gotta mention Extreme Job, as it is the highest grossing Korean comedy, and a lot of people, both internationally and domestically, enjoyed the movie. If you enjoyed Extreme Job, I'd also recommend Hitman Agent June, as it had a similar tone of humor. I've got a review of that as well, so check it out, link in the description. Before going back to the list, can you guess which movies were my personal favorite Korean comedies? Have your favorites come out yet? Comment down below what you think the top 5 will be. Then without further ado, let's get into the top 5. The number 5 best comedy is also one of the best rom-coms of recent Korean movies. This movie really hits the feels and makes you reminisce about your past first love and brings back so many memories. The number 5 spot goes to On Your Wedding Day. This 2018 film stars Park Bo-young, Kim Young-wang, Kang Gi-young, and Go Gu-pil and was directed by Lee Seok-gun. Side note, I have a written review of this film on the EonTalk website, so if you would like to read more about it, be sure to check it out. The synopsis of On Your Wedding Day is as follows. Turn back the clock to when you first fell in love. Do you remember the emotions you felt? Can you hear your heart beating as if it'll burst out of your chest? That's how Woo-yeon felt when he first met Seung-hee in the summer of 2005. After desperately following his first love around, the two finally start dating, but not for long. Woo-yeon suddenly receives a call from his first love, telling him to be well, and disappears. A year later, with all hope lost, Woo-yeon sees Seung-hee on the brochure of a university out of sheer chance. That's when he sets his mind and determines to study his butt off to get accepted into the same school as his first love. A year of sleepless nights and endless studying later, Woo-yeon is admitted into the college. However, he finds out that the love of his life has a boyfriend. And that's just the start of time and fate's cruel play of trickery. The number 4 best Korean comedy is a film that has the most A-list stars in its cast. The number 4 spot goes to the 2012 film The Thieves, starring Kim Yoon-seok, Kim Hae-soo, Lee Jung-jae, Jeon Ji-yeon, Simon Yam, Kim Hae-suk, Oh Dal-soo, Kim Soo-yeon, Angelica Lee, and Derek Sang. The movie is not only a comedy, but also a crime/action drama. From the incredible humorous acting performances by the amazing actors, to the story, and everything in between, The Thieves is a definite watch if you love that action comedy genre. The movie was directed by Choi Dong-hoon, the great director who also directed Assassination and the first Tatsa film. The synopsis of The Thieves is as follows. In order to let situations cool down after their last heist, Popeye and his group of thieves go to Macau to perform another job. However, the brains of the job turns out to be none other than Popeye's old partner, Macau Park. The two ended on bad terms as Macau Park fled with the treasure of the heist. On this new mission, the thieves' target is an extremely rare diamond known as the Tear of the Sun. The number 3 movie of the best Korean comedies is the oldest film on this list. The number 3 movie is 200 Pounds Beauty, starring Ju Jin-mo, Kim Ha-jung, Song Dong-il, Kim Yeon-suk, Im Yeon-sik, Lee Han-wi, Ji So-yoon, and Park No-sik. This is one of the earliest Korean films I've seen, and I recently rewatched it a few weeks ago, and it's still so good. It's definitely aged well and is a must-watch if you love Korean comedies. The film was directed by Kim Yong-hwa, who also directed the two Along with the Gods movies, Take Off and Mr. Go. The synopsis is as follows. Hanna is a lip-sync vocalist for Amy, a famous Korean singer. Hanna is always ignored because of her appearance, as she is a 200-pound girl who cannot seem to get anything to go her way. Despite her appearance, she's been bright and lighthearted. That is, until Amy humiliates her in front of her secret lover, Sang-jun. Not being able to take any of people's BS any longer, she makes a decision to get plastic surgery, or more like a total transformation of her whole body. Will her newly found self be able to change her situations? The number 2 film was the most recently released film on the list, being released in 2019. This is a movie I regret giving such a low ticket price value for in my review, as I very much enjoyed the movie and I found myself laughing out loud and at the edge of my seat throughout the duration. I don't know what I was thinking when I gave it such a low value, but if I could reevaluate it, I would definitely give it a much higher score. Anyways, the number 2 movie goes to Exit, starring the likes of Cho Jung-seok, Yuna of Girls' Generation, Go Joo-sim, Park In-wan, Kim Ji-young, and Kang Gi-young. This action comedy does action and comedy both so well and really defined Yuna as a great actress. The movie was directed by Lee Sang-geun and the movie's synopsis is as follows. Yong-nam is an unemployed male and was pretty well known in his college days as he was an ace climber at his school's rock climbing club. However, upon graduation, he fails to find a job and lives at his parents' house as a sad, jobless man. At his mother's 70th birthday party, he runs into Uiju, a junior of his from the rock climbing club, who's now an employee at the facility that the birthday party is being held at. The two catch up, discussing how life's been and all, but out of nowhere, an explosion occurs and the whole city starts filling up with toxic gas. Yongnam and Uiju use the skills they acquired from their rock climbing days to escape the disaster of the gas attack. And finally, the number 1 comedy of my choice. I found that the comedy of this movie can be divided as I very much enjoyed it and was LOLing throughout the whole movie, but some of my friends said it wasn't that funny. However, maybe because I've seen the movie at a pre-screening and attended a cast interview and so got to learn about the movie more in depth, but I thought this was a definite must-watch comedy. The movie is Intimate Strangers. Intimate Strangers is a remake of the Italian film Perfect Strangers and makes you feel all kinds of emotions. The mood goes back and forth between being comical and emotional, but doesn't go full-fledged serious. From funny to serious, to funny to emotional, to funny and touching, and so on and so forth, comedy is always the overarching element of the movie. You know it's a great film when the comedy movie can not only provide genuine laughter, but also other strong, mixed emotions as well. The synopsis of the movie is as follows. During a reunion of longtime friends of married couples, someone proposes playing a game. The rules are as follows. Everyone must place their phones on the table and must share everything they receive, from calls, texts, emails, messages, all of it with the group. As the members' phones start to ring and ding, the mood gradually shifts from a light and playful one to a serious and mysterious one. A game that started off as mere entertainment starts to reveal the deepest secrets of the players. That concludes today's video of my list of best Korean comedies. I know some movies you may have expected may not have been included in the list, or the order of the list may not meet your satisfaction. However, as mentioned in the beginning of the video, this list was based on my personal tastes. If you have differing views, please respectfully leave them in the comments or join the EonTalk community on Telegram and I'd love to further discuss. Also, be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more Korean movie related content, and join the EonTalk Patreon if you would like to show your support. Once again, thank you to everyone and I'll see you guys in the next one.